I'm back. I'm back from vacay and from a much needed relaxing time off with my daughter. So I'm so happy to be back here with you guys for our weekly Divine Feminine Lives. Right now, I'm burning lemongrass, if you guys can see that, just clearing the energy. I also sprayed some sacred spray, some sage, and just meditating into the energy a bit, grounding my energy. Thank you, Holy Spirit, ancestors, angels, and guides. We're grateful for your messages and the messages that you've come today. We want to hear from you. The messages you need to hear. I'm going to start off with, if you guys hear, you hear the thundering? Yeah, that's lightning. Thundering, all that good stuff. So hopefully the internet doesn't go haywire, but let's just get as much in as we can. So we're going to start off with the Goddess deck, the Sacred Goddess deck, the Goddess Oracle deck. Welcome. You made it live. Good. The first messages that came out is love, Aphrodite. We also have change here. We have a centering of our energy that's necessary here with Goddess Tara. We also have Newt is here as well, which just speaks to justice, mysteries, and all of that. Ooh. So let's see if anything else wants to come out. Thank you, Holy Spirit. We also have Hestia, which speaks about the home. So off the bat, I definitely see some changes that are occurring here in your energy. This just speaks to what you don't see coming. So I almost want to name this video, What You Don't See Coming. Let me make sure that, can you guys see me clearly? Let me make sure. Can you guys see me clearly? I hope that's better. So let's start off with Aphrodite. We're going to go into all the energies. I'm also going to pull out the star seed. They're telling me to pull the star seed now. So let me just get the overall energy here. If you're interested in some of these decks, you can find them on, many of them you can find on Amazon, and some of the links are below. So the message that came out is the golden children. And then we also have star family. And then we have surrendering to the sweetness of life here. So again, I really feel like this is what you don't see coming, new people coming into your life. But I feel like all this is orchestrated to send to you and bring you to your purpose. I really feel like a lot of this is speaking to purpose. This may be centered around your gifts as well, and you recognizing your gifts. So I feel like people are going to come around you. I'm also seeing karmic relationships here at the bottom. People are going to come around you. That's going to help usher you into your purpose. And these may be people that you're not familiar with. But, you know, you're all part of a soul team. So this is about what you put into place, it actually come into fruition before you were born here. So this is about the right people coming around you, but your whole life is taking you to the place where you're supposed to be. So that's the good, the bad, and the ugly, right? So this is about you recognizing the good, the bad. I don't know why I want to concentrate on the bad and the ugly. And transmuting that energy. And I feel like some of this happened, you know, of course, in love relationships where you were really tried. And again, taking those emotions and growing something new within you. Taking those emotions to center you to, like, it's almost like you are now opening and blooming. So who you were before your love situation, or before the heartbreak, or before, and we'll go into all of that, but this is just what I'm seeing now, and we'll go into a little more depth of each one of these messages. But what I'm seeing here is like who you were before. Like you might have been this pure, doty-eyed, enchantress, really not having the experience. But now it's like you're transmuting all of your knowledge and know-how, and maybe the hurt and the pain, that emotion is now growing you in a different way, centering you to where you're not just all about the doty-eyed love, 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 but it's making you more balanced. It's more about balance in love. So what you perceived to be love before is now something different, right? What you didn't know about love, now you know more about it, and it's more that you're realizing you need to learn. You want to learn more. Okay. Interesting how family's coming out here again. So we're going to definitely get into that, because we have star family here and family here. So we're going to definitely get into that. What I'm seeing here in regards to family, though, this is not just, again, this is not just your personal family. So when we talk about star family, this may not be blood, right? This may be a spiritual DNA. This may be a deeper bond, a spiritual bond. This is a spiritual family, a soul family. Okay. So let's just go ahead. At the bottom of the deck, we also have divine consciousness here. So again, growing you in a different way. Interesting. Accepting struggles as lessons. That's coming out here for you. Following the golden rule. Treat others as you want to be treated. Feel joy in all that you do. I'm really feeling this orange chakra energy here. And be of service. Interesting. Also at the bottom of the deck, possessing self-confidence here. All right, so let's go into each one of these. We have quite a bit of information here already, so let's just go into that. Let's start off here with this love here. Let's see what messages want to come out in regards to Aphrodite love. Wow. Then we have the Knight of Cups, which speaks to proposals. Then we also have 7 of Pentacles in reverse. And then we have the Queen, Queen of Fire. So again, this love is speaking to I feel like this is something you've gone through. This is speaking to your past here. And let me just get a little more clarity here. I really feel like this is speaking to your past. Something, wow, you felt was over. Someone who may have been non-committal. Yeah. Wow. Okay, so we have 2 kings in reverse, then we have a 3rd king that's upright. So again, this is speaking to what you don't know, what you don't see coming. I really feel like a lot of this has to do with someone you didn't trust, someone who may have talked down to you, and the lessons you learned through this lack of balance. So we have Libra energy here, speaking to that justice in reverse. And I feel like you didn't obtain justice. And there may still be some questions in regards to why this 2 of Cups, this relationship, this partnership wasn't flourishing. So let's just get a little into this moon here. I feel like I'm going down a rabbit hole here, guys. Let's look into this moon, because there's a lot of mysteries here around love. And then we have the thinking man. Whoever this is someone very intelligent. But again, with them in reverse, especially with this King of Swords in reverse, this is someone who's very knowledgeable, but will use their knowledge against you for their own gain. Someone who may not have appreciated you. So Now, again, this is just one part of the reading, so if this has nothing to do with you, that's okay. We have like another 5 more messages that we have to go through that may be for you. So there may be some strategy here regarding this person and love and trying to bring this cycle to an end. This has something to do with a lack of healing. That's a lack of healing and perhaps some spiritual growth. Yeah, this relationship was very imbalanced, very one-sided, and it just didn't reap what you hoped. We have cornucopia of blessings here in reverse. Welcome, everyone. Hi, Christina, Natural Beauty, Marsha. Hi, guys. How you doing? Thank you for making it today. But I feel like at the end of the day, you will reap the reward. So we're going to keep going on. We're going to keep going here. We're going to keep going. Let's just go ahead and move it on back here. There's something you don't see coming, and we're going to go deeper into that when we get to when we get to mysteries here. So, but it's coming out a few times here. So let's just go a little deeper here into what's changing as it pertains to love here. Let's just see what's changing here. What do they want us to know? Because I feel like you're taking your emotions and you're changing it into something else. Wow. Change, a wish come true. 9 of Cups. Wow. Behind that, we have the Sun. Wow. Because you were resilient. Okay. So now you're getting your reward. You're getting happiness. You're getting wish fulfillment. Because you were resilient. So I just feel like I'm not doing this reading any justice if I don't go into what made you so resilient, right? What made you so strong? What made you into who you are becoming? And I feel like a lot of this speaks to, and I feel like this is that time for self-reflection. So you can see what really happened, because I feel like many of you don't see how much you have grown through this process, which brought you to this place of resiliency, to where you are so much stronger now. So you may need to do some self-reflection here, because I really feel like this is leading you towards your abundance. I feel fast-moving energy here, but we also have the High Priestess in reverse. I feel like much of this lesson helped you to build your intuition, but I still feel like you don't trust yourself. Or depending upon where you are in this reading, you may not trust yourself as much as you did in the beginning. And now you're having to heal, so you can now have a higher level of trust, follow your intuition more deeply. Wow. So you definitely have some fast-moving energy. This change is occurring very quickly. And people around you may talk shit, but I want you to just keep hope alive. You said, I'm stronger. I can feel it. I'm so proud of myself for healing, but I still have work to do. We all do. And, I think sometimes we're hard on ourselves because we feel like we haven't made it yet. Like, oh my God, I'm still going through this. Oh my God, I'm still dealing with this. Oh my God, I'm still, you see what I'm saying? And I think we just have to realize that it's a part of the journey. Yes, you have come so far. Like, this is about really enjoying the little gains along the way. Like, celebrate your gains, your small gains along the way. Because what I don't feel like you really see is how far you've come. So you're like, oh, but I have so much work to do. Enjoy where you are here today, right? Enjoy that today. Again, accepting struggles as a lesson. So let's go here. Let's go a little deeper. Let's look into centering our energy here. The energy is moving fast. Yes. Let's look into centering our energy here. Let's see what we need to know about this. Woo! Okay, so this is about centering your energy in the midst of drama, gossip, whatever it is. This is about you remaining, I'm hearing solace. like, what do you do when you're meditating? Like, can you do that when you're faced with drama? Can you do that when you're faced with the Knight of Swords, by the way? And then we have Page of Cups in reverse here. The lack of communication. How can you stay centered in the midst of it all? Ooh, my. I'm trying to read and get these messages at the same time and embracing where I am in this moment. Great. Let's see what came out here. Yeah. We also have Queen of Wands coming out here again. Let's just go deeper into that because I want to see what this Queen of Wands is here for. This is the second time Queen of Wands has come out, which is someone very passionate, knows what she wants, a very fiery energy. This is somebody who is very confident. Okay. So this person is coming out because, okay. So you've had to become her. You've had to let another part of you show. Like, I feel like many of you may have started out being very understanding, being more of that Queen of Cups energy of understanding. But in the face of this, sheesh. Let me show you what's coming out, y'all. In the face of this. And there's something hiding here. Let's see. I didn't even see this. Oh, my. Yes. In the face of this. Hey, Sir Blue. You see what I'm saying? In the face of this, manipulative, trifling, non-given to a situation, lack of committal, non-committal ass, trifling, don't know where you're going in your life. Don't get me started, right? Like, this is what you've gone through. Now, when you've come out of this, you're not the same. You've gone through the storms. You've gone through the, you see what I'm saying? It's tore your life up. So you're like, I can't be the same in the midst of all this. I can't. Like, you don't know what you want in your life. What are you doing? You see what I'm saying? And then you're going to think you're going to mess up my blessings? What you think is going on here? Right. I understand the hermit mode, Christina, but can you still do it? And I guess that's the question and what we're leading up to. And that's what I want to move into here. And we're going to get there in a minute. You still remaining centered in the midst of all that. Like, you know, I feel like you've had to struggle. I feel like you've had to go through things. I feel like you had to even harden your heart a bit, right? You've even had to shut some people out of your life, right? Because you're like, I'm not going through this again. So now I'm having to heal because, like, before I may not have known what I wanted. Before, this is the temple path. This is someone knows this is what the direction you're going in. Someone who knows what direction they're going in. This is you being confident in your path. You may not have been so confident in your path. That's not your fault, right? That's just life. Like, life had to come forth for you to determine, you know what? I don't like that anymore. I want to go in this direction, right? You said, I've weathered my storms and I choose me. Amen. Preach, girl. If you want me, meet me where I'm at. Come here, natural beauty. I don't do backwards. Yes, still struggling. Yes, I understand. But I know I can do it now. Yes. And I think that's what it's about, you getting that direction. You know, it reminds me of when I told my daughter, like when I told her like in 6th grade, you need to figure out what you want to do in your life. She was like, ho. I was like, nah, you need to figure it out. Just start going in that direction. And eventually you'll turn around. Either you'll like it or you won't. And then you can switch them. But we're not going to be doing this in and out of college. I'm not quite sure what we want to do. And we spending money. You see what I'm saying? Right now, this is free education. You feel me? Except for the private school. All that to say, after private school was over, I was like, look, this is what you're going to have to do. You have to figure it out. But you had to go through some things. You had to realize what you wanted. She had went to different schools, all that. Next thing you know, she was like, well, I got to be at an HBCU. Once she went to a majority black high school, after leaving a majority white high school, I mean, it was all of that. These are different experiences she went through. She went to a Christian school. She went through, you know, she went to multiple Christian schools, you know. So it's like by the time you got done, now she's in a Catholic, you know, HBCU. You see what I'm saying? So it's certain things she liked about each one of those. And she had to figure it out for herself. But again, had she not gone through those experiences, she wouldn't be so gung-ho about where she is today. Then I was like, okay, now you need to do some internships. Really figure out what you want to do. Like, get into it a little bit. If this is what you want to do, then let's get your feet wet. Let's see if that's really something you want to do. So all of that to say, a lot of times until you go through the experiences, you have no clue. Until you've gone through the struggle, you don't know. So Christina, I get it. You don't know till you've gone through the struggle sometimes, depending upon your life, you know, sometimes, but it requires this storm sometimes, right? Because sometimes you just don't know. Sometimes you thought he was good. You was like, well, he seemed all right. You know, you're like, he seemed all right. He seemed like somebody that'll be there for me. He seemed like somebody that will support me. And then sometimes when you go through certain hard challenges and hard times, you realize, okay, I'm going to give you what you want. Y'all don't want to hear me right there. I'm having a flashback to one of Kevin Hart's lives, or what is it called? It was so hilarious. I'm going to give you what you want. You got to keep healing. Yes, that's so true. Yeah. It's like you have to go through it, though. And you don't know until you kind of go through those challenges with a person to realize really they're. And so sometimes, I'll tell someone in a heartbeat, you may not want to rush into something. But then again, you may want to rush into it. And then you'll figure out how quickly you want to rush out of it. Like, all you can do is make a U-turn. All you can do is go in a different direction. All you'll know is later is that I will choose differently. You said it took me a long time to figure out what I had and wasn't. Yes. Now, what I gather, and you can tell me wrong if I'm wrong, Christina, what I gather from that, and I feel like many of us have gone through this, which is why I want to communicate it here, is the fact that a lot of times we're trying to meet the status quo, right? So we're still trying to live in this world where we're trying to get along, where we're trying to meet each other's needs, and we're taught how you're supposed to kind of be in relationships, marriages, and all that. We're taught from a child, I remember back in the day, they were giving us Barbies and giving them G.I. Joe dolls. My question was this: why they not giving them Barbies so they can, or Ken, so they can realize they teaching them how to do this, but they teaching us how to be the homemakers, right? And so it's interesting. And then you have, these doty-eyed, fairy tales of Cinderella and Snow Whites and all that, and somebody coming to save you. You see what I'm saying? And don't get me started with the religious sector as well, with the perspective on, needing to submit to, you see what I'm saying, but not really going into, well, maybe you should submit to someone who is on your level, and it's not just about, being equally yoked, but it's something so much deeper than that, because everybody's not on the same page spiritually, even if you go to the same location, right? So it's so much going on there. But point is, you don't really know. Everybody's trying to figure it out, right? And so sometimes it takes you longer to figure it out because you're too busy trying to fit in. And so to go outside of, again, when I speak to many people, you'll hear that. You'll hear, okay, well, when did I know my marriage was over? When did I know that they were no good for me? You know what I mean? It takes you a while to get out. And I also would like to contribute a lot of that to you trying to heal your way out too. Make sure that you did it all. Make sure you did enough. Make sure that you see what I'm saying? That making sure that you're ready. Because you may be ready here, but your heart may not be ready, right? So it may take a while for your heart to be ready, for you to say, you know what, I'm ready to finally let this go. And your heart is matching up with your mind. And I think that's where the time comes in, that longer time of healing, that longer time of remaining in certain situations that may not be to your best interest, is because you're having to kind of get your mind in agreement with your heart, right? Because you're still loving this person, and your mind might be, my mind's telling me no, but my body's telling me yes, baby. I don't want to hurt nobody, but it's something I must confess. Oh, yeah, I got issues. I don't see nothing wrong. Y'all know that song. with a little bump and grind. I'm just saying, sometimes the risk is definitely worth the reward. I'm now realizing absolutely. Y'all know I got issues. So yes, let's see. So now we're centering ourselves, and we'll get back to that a little bit more. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. So let's look into this mystery. So what is it that you don't see coming? You know, what is it that you may not see coming? You say you sure do. You know the whole album, huh? Who gonna turn it on? That's Keith Sweat, right? No. Oh, that's Kelly. Oops, my bad. I was like, is this Keith Sweat? It is not. This is Bump and Grind. Yes. So let's look at the mystery here. I'm gonna, I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting to look into this. Oh wow. Just let my mother tell me. Yep. Mm-hmm. Wow. Home economics. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. You right. Yep. You right. Natural beauty. Thank you. Yeah, yeah. I did the same thing in college too. I know I wanted to switch. I went into accounting, and I wanted to switch from accounting to social work because I really wanted to assist people on a different level. My mother was into social work, and I loved it. She worked with the homeless for over 20 something years, and I was like, okay, bet, my turn, right? And she was like, nah. And then it was like, I did little other things with, I used to like to sing. I used to like to dance, did a little modeling. Then I also like to make clothes. So I like to design. And then, so I had so much creativity in me. So what I did was I did a lot of these things on the side to still fulfill that creative part of me, down to where I even opened up a boutique many years later. I opened up the boutique. And so it was like, and again, it goes on this trajectory, right? I started out vending and going to different spots, buying clothes, whatever, and actually I created a boutique for full figure women, and everybody was looking at me like, what the fuck? Like this is some backward shit, and, but that's what I wanted to do. Those are the people I wanted to touch the most, really, because I felt like we had more than enough, right? We wanted to bring something beautiful to them. So it was really, to me, about helping people feel good about themselves inside and out. And initially it was more about the outward appearance, but then over time I realized it was something deeper I was really trying to touch by doing that. And so I went further into my spirituality to learn that. But again, it was not a failure. I did end up closing the store. I didn't want to close the store, but I did end up closing the store. I was working a full-time job. I had my daughter, had a nanny. My mother was helping me. I had 5 people on my staff trying to keep that going, all in this huge mall in Maryland. And I had a lot going on, and I was making it work. But eventually, and it was so funny because someone told me, well, this is what you have to do. And I was looking at other people that were successful, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, they working a full-time job, part-time, they got all this going on. And I was like, I could do that, right? But then at the end of the day, I remember when I was like, I don't want to do all that. Like, I don't feel like I should have to do all that to obtain the riches that are mine, the abundance that I want. So I looked at things a little differently, and I was like, I can manifest in other ways. I don't have to kill myself and, work as hard as I was working to obtain what I wanted. And so over time, I started changing that, and people started looking at me like, well, how are you still getting what you want or making what because even with all of that, I was still losing money. Oh, and then I also had a house for rent. So I had multiple streams of income, and I loved it. But then I was like, I'm also extremely tired. I was overwhelmed. I had a lot going on. So I was like, it doesn't require all this. So that's when I started to lean more on God and less on myself, and realized that God got me. And when I did that, things start to move a little differently, so, but then those people who are used to working extremely hard, they're looking at me like, no, that's what you got to do to get what you want, and I'm like, nah, I don't have to do that. And I had to become comfortable in that. I don't have to do that to get what I want. I have blessings all around me, honey. Like, I'll get my blessings. What's for me will be for me, So you learn is all I'm saying. It wasn't a failure. And I must say, it took me a year or two before I ever went back into that mall again, because I felt like such a failure. But what I also realized was it prepared me. It prepared me for another part of my life, another level in life. It was all orchestrated. Again, I haven't taken out that deck yet, the Rebel deck yet, but it's a message in there that speaks to spiral of manifestation. And it speaks to you not having a direct path to where you want to go, and how you're pretty much going all over the place to obtain all this. Like, you just feel like, I just want to go from here to here, get from A to B. But in many cases, you're going to A to Z, and you got to stop off at B, C, D, E, F, G, F, A. You know, you're going all these different places to learn all these lessons. And then when you finally get to Z, you're ready. You're confident. You know. I feel like I got a message right now. I feel like that needs to be said next. So I was saying all that to speak to Newt and mystery. So I feel like that had to do with this mystery. So let's just go ahead and look a little deeper. The mystery. What is the mystery? Ooh. And then we have the Knight of Cups here. And then the Queen of Pentacles here. So this is an independent money maker. She making that money, right? 10 of Cups. So interesting. We have the money maker, 10 of Cups, and then we have the Knight of Cups. Interesting enough, it seems like once you get into and become confident and independent in your finances and who you are, you know, and interesting enough, this card also speaks to kindness. Isn't that funny? So after you're healed and realize, understand why you had to go through, you see what I'm saying? It's like once you get to that point, it's almost a releasing, which is why I feel like this centering of your energy is necessary. I'm also feeling like this energy of forgiveness, all of that, releasing that and realizing there was a purpose for all of it. Again, going back to that, struggles is a lesson, right? If you realize that your struggle, your heartache, your pain wasn't all for naught, it was for a reason to help you get to another place. It's helping you get to the 10 of Cups. So some of you are like, yeah, but I've been wanting this 10 of Cups all my life. I've been wanting this proposal all my life. But were you ready? But I feel like your past is getting you ready for your future. You feel me? And this is what you don't know, what you don't see. Let's see what else comes out. What else don't you know? That's the mystery of it all. You're like, but I should have just been able to go from A to B. I should have just been able to come out of college or come out of high school and be married. And I'm not. Why? Because you had to learn some things on your own. We have the thinking woman. We also have the contracts. You had to learn through the inequality and make a decision for yourself. What is it that you want in your life? Many of you been voluntold what to do. Many of you have been literally told what to do all your life. And now you get to a point where you get to make a decision for yourself. Which direction do you want to go? Do you want to go in a direction that everybody told you about? Or do you want to go in a direction based on your experience, based on your learning, based on maybe the injustices that you saw because maybe you were told that everything was fair, right? Maybe you were told, or did it finally get to a point where you realize life ain't fair? And so if life ain't fair, I have to learn these things for myself. I had to learn that for myself. So now I get to make a decision for myself with Spirit by my side. Spirit assisted me here. So don't be disappointed that maybe you didn't get everything you wanted when you wanted it, because that is a preparation for something so much better. It's interesting when you want something and you don't realize your value. I just got to go here, y'all. It's so on my heart right now to just tell y'all this. You can easily be taken advantage of when you don't know your own value. Many of us, myself included, have been taken advantage of, or maybe we gave our power away, whatever you want to call it, because we didn't know our own value. So it's easy. So had you had this 10 of Cups lifestyle, it wouldn't seem like such a happy-go-lucky lifestyle if that's not, you see what I'm saying? If that's not really, that it wasn't the end. You might have had this and you thought I was over with. I remember after I got married for the first time, you know, I had my daughter and I had the career I wanted and this, that, and the other. And I was like, is this it? Like, this is what I wanted, right? Like, I got all this. I got all that. You know, I was financially stable enough, right? Still not where I really wanted to be. And so at that moment, I realized I wanted much more. After you obtain these things, you're like, well, what else is there? There's so much more for you to experience, for you to do. Some people, I think that's all they need. I mean, everybody's different. But I know myself, I was like, this can't be it. Like, this is what I've been waiting for. You know, this can't be all. It must be more to this, right? Like, you know. And you end up going on a journey. So the mystery here is you find out life is not that fair. But that's when you also call on God, right? That's when you also call on support. So let's go a little deeper here. So that's the mystery. So we have heart and home here. At the end here, we have Goddess Hestia, which speaks to your, this really speaks to who you are, really, authentically, right? This also speaks to your house too, you wanting to make your house the way you want, make a house into a home, all of that. Let's just go a little deeper and see what Hestia has to say. Because once you learn this lesson and you kind of figure out what's going on, but still a lot is still eluding you. Now we have Hestia. Clarify Hestia. Why is Hestia here? Thank you, Holy Spirit. Oh, this one got it. All right. The first one that came out, wow, again. Contracts in reverse, I'll look into that again. And we also have Temple Path here in reverse. Both coming out again. So with this, let's just go a little deeper into it, because that's what that means. They want to know, we want to know a little more. We got to go a little deeper. Contracts in reverse, not seeing the truth for what it is. Why is this here? Because she's also blindfolded. Yeah. Yep. And then what comes out is exchanging of gifts in reverse. Again, inequality. Giving more than you're receiving. Even in the home. So I feel like this is talking about, you know, pretty much a lot about your, I'm hearing upbringing. I'm hearing rules, regulations that have you believing that you're supposed to do all this in the home. So there's this perception of your life that you're supposed to live being in the home. This is who you're supposed to be in the home. The homemaker, everything, right? And that not being your path. Let's look into that Temple Path in reverse. Yep. Things ain't as they seem, y'all. Look at that. All that glitters isn't gold. That's what came out. You realizing that there's so much more. So with this, who are you? So I feel like I already said it. You going into it with one way, one perception, and then finally realizing, you know what? It ain't all that. It's not what it's cracked up to be. And so that's when you then change your path. That's when you start doing something different. You start to realize that you're doing a lot more in the home than maybe another, or, you know, your life is all about joining with someone else and helping their life rather than fulfilling your own desires and your own purpose for your life. You start to look at things a little differently. Okay. You said, that's so true. My mother and ex-husband planned the wedding behind my back, so I felt obligated. Wow. Whew, yeah, I had to check myself because I temporarily gave my power away, but I'm back in control now. Amen to that. I love it. I call on my spiritual counsel every day. Yes, make your life a walking prayer. That's something I definitely have learned more about over the last 2 years. Just keep staying in consistent prayer, right? Wow. So let's go. So yeah. So you start to realize all isn't as it's cracked up to be. I want to go a little deeper into this path though. Ooh, that came out quick. Yeah, so you're not doing what you're supposed to do on your path. So you start to look at things differently. I feel like many of you, because you were obligated into going in one direction, you ended up like skipping your part of your purpose. So this made you make a U-turn. So again, learning what you need to learn to make that U-turn and get back to your purpose. None of these things, though, I do want to reinforce, it's not that you weren't supposed to go through it. I do want to reinforce that. You were supposed to go through it. You were just supposed to make it on the other end and move forward and continue to learn, because part of what you needed to learn for your future was in that relationship, was in that involvement, was in that soul tie, was in that experience. Right? All right. So let's go ahead and go into our advice a bit and some more into the star seed too. Okay. So, all right. So the advice again, I'm going to go back to that. Accept struggles as lessons. Hopefully you guys can see that. Can you see that? Follow the golden rule. We're going to get into that. Feel joy in all that you do. And then we have be of service. So let's go ahead and clarify each one of those. Go into the emotions. Accept struggles as lessons. I feel like it's self-explanatory, but let me just see if there's any additional messages. Okay. I love it. I love it. So it's telling us to see the signs as they're coming. Like some of us stay into situations a lot longer because we refuse to see the signs, or maybe we were taught to accept some of the signs we were seeing. Oh, well, you just got to keep trying harder. Oh, well, maybe you just need to dress a little differently. Oh, maybe you need to you need to do something differently. Not them, you. And you know, I really, this is a trigger for me because it's coming up in me hard right now, and I'm really trying to hold back, y'all. I'm really trying to hold back here. But, you know, it pisses me off when people are trying to keep relationships together and they keep telling sometimes the female, I only know from my perspective because that was my life, right? You have to look into it from your perspective. And from my perspective, I had everybody and their mama, people in the church, women in church, you know, counselings, all kinds of things. Till I was done. And I remember the counselor asked, well, when we came into counseling, when he finally was ready to go to counseling, and I've been wanting to go to counseling. You see what I'm saying? When you get fed up, you get fed up. Right? You tried it. You kept going and you kept struggling and you was like, no, I'm going to do everything I can. It's almost like you deplete yourself, wear yourself out. And everybody's telling you and they're on board. Keep wearing yourself out. Keep wearing yourself out. Don't give up. Don't give up. You see what I'm saying? Don't give up. Don't give up. That's what they're, keep trying. It'll get better. It only requires one. I've gone to so many classes, circles, whatever type of counseling by myself because they weren't interested. And then when I was finally done, it was like, no. I'll go to counseling now. By the time I got to counseling, I was done. I was like, oh, you want to come now? I was like, okay. I give you what you want. Y'all gotta go look at that. Anyway, do y'all know what I'm talking about? It was a Netflix Kevin Hart special. It was so hilarious. It was like part of his punchline. Anyway, at the end, I love that. Anyhow, but I'll give you what you want, and I did. And I went in there open-minded as hell. But the counselor asked, like, I want to say within like the first 5 minutes, what do you want out of this session? And I sat there, like, you have to decide here, like at this moment, do you want this to work or do you not? He said, I want it to work. I was like, I'm done. Like, at this point, I've been working for the last year I'm depleted. I'm over it. I'm done. I don't want anything from it. I'm good. I'll figure it out on my own. Moving forward. We'll be good. No worries. You see what I'm saying? Like, I was so confident at that point because I had given my last. But then when they finally caught up, it was like, oh, then now you want to make it work. So now you're at a crossroads. Where I was before, I'm no longer. I've grown, I've strengthened, prepared. My heart has caught up with my mind. Or my mind. Yeah, my heart has caught up with my mind. You know how people say you make a head over heart decision? A lot of times people will do what they're obligated to do, or people will do what is the right thing. They will do the right thing, or they feel like, I'm going to do the right thing. Oh, she's pregnant. I'm going to go get married. We're going to do the right thing. So that's your mental, but your heart may not be into it. So you may be doing the right thing and living in misery. So sometimes it does take time. Just to go back to someone who stated it took you a long time to get there. Sometimes it does. But that's so you're ready and you're confident, right? And people can tell you all day. Don't get me started. Because I could tell you some things my mother told me, and she was like, what you doing? My stepfather was like, you look crazy. What you doing? You know, I mean, if I went out on the street, it was like people didn't even recognize me. Because I would always be put together. I would always take good care of myself, always have my hair, nails, everything did. Like my hair done, nails done, everything did. Nails done, hair done, everything did. Because I was fancy, huh? I was fancy, huh? Until I wasn't. You see what I'm saying? It's like, and then it slowly moved me towards something else because I went towards being the mother. Until all I felt was I needed to be a mother figure, do what's right for my child, and I'm going to stay in this for the children, right? You know. So all of that to say, you saw the signs. But it took a while. But nonetheless, I can tell you this. I'm confident that change is unavoidable. The signs, they're showing you the signs. So a part of your struggle was you stayed in it, although you saw many signs. Many signs telling you to run for your dear life, right? But you stayed in it. And again, I don't want to say I want to make it clear, you stayed in it as long as you needed to stay in it to do whatever you had to do. So you can walk out a different person, so you can be what you needed to be. Surpassed him, yes, ma'am, on a whole different playing field. By then, got that right? It's like you playing on this game over here, I'm playing up here. And the vibrations is real. You may be on one vibration level and they may be on another vibration level. I meant to say it like this. You might be on this vibration level and they may be on this vibration level. So many times you may find yourself, and I remember in church, he would always say, you know, you may find yourself dumbing yourself down. Or he'll talk sometimes and he was like, okay, I know it went over your head, so let me dumb it down. Like almost, I mean, he ain't trying to call us dumb, but really he kind of was. But I mean, the point was, it was hilarious because it was like, let me speak to my audience. And he would always say, know your audience. So sometimes you may want to be here, but if you're trying to get a message to this person here, you may have to come down here. Or they need to step it the fuck up. And many times we find ourselves stepping it the fuck down. I'm just saying, let's just be real. Doing what's easier. Oh, well, I just want to help them out. I want to make sure they understand. I want to make sure they, like, their journey is your journey. No, your journey is your journey. So if you have moved it on up, moving on up, you know, and they're down here, it's nothing you can do about that. So, but it takes some time for you to realize there's nothing I can do about it. If you're still dealing with an addiction, if you're still dealing with some heartache, if you're still dealing with some family issues and you have done the work and they still haven't, y'all are living in two houses in the same house on two different playing fields. Kids confused. You know, don't get me started. You cannot fix people. And a lot of times we stay in it because we're like, we can do this. Like it's our responsibility. Because it has been your responsibility because somebody told you it was your responsibility. Somebody told you were supposed to handle a family. Without the family, you would fall apart. My mother-in-law used to make that very clear. Like, oh, that's your job. Even after we got married, she was like, oh, it's your turn to finish raising him. I was just like, you know, certain things you remember. And I know if I spoke to him today, he was like, she ain't say that. She might even say she ain't say that. But I think she would say, yeah, I said that. Because she still believes that shit, you know. But reality sets in like, nah, that ain't my responsibility. And it took a while for me to realize that's not my responsibility. I mean, first of all, let me make it clear. When she said, it's your turn to finish raising him, first thing I said was, I only got one child. You got me twisted. Nah, I was like, row. I think you got me messed up. No, because I didn't come into this to raise somebody. I thought they was prepared to be a partner, not to be another child. No, I don't do that. We don't do that. Where they do that at? Everybody does it. A lot of people do it. Some people don't do it. I give it to them. A lot of people doing it though. So those of you who feel me, give me a hand clap, praise. Let me know how you feel. Did any of that resonate to you? Yep. A lot of old school moms. Yep. Yep. The red flag. Yep. Flag on the play. Who you telling? I'm telling y'all like it's no joke. And so they'll have you believing it's your responsibility. Not just the old school moms. It may be your mom, it may be your grandmother, maybe your aunt. It might be the men around you. I still run into men to this day. They're like, yeah, my wife, she stopped cooking and cleaning for me. And I'm like, the fuck? Like, and you think I'm gonna do that? You think I'm in a rush to fill those shoes? You got me? Nah. So, I mean, a lot of people are still in this mindset. It's not like we're crazy. And I ain't even just blaming it on the women. I'm blaming it on the men too. Because the men are teaching the women are teaching the men. They still in it. It's a lot of confusion. And with roles nowadays, don't let me get started in my perception on roles. Everybody's still trying to be the homemaker, all while you're also the provider. What the fuck? Like, come on now. Like, we got to be real here. The expectations are different. Somebody may want a mama like their mama who took care of the household, but their father also took care of the household. Right? Don't get me started. Father took care of all the bills. All of them. And she stayed home cooking, for the kids. All of them. Not 50-50. You see what I'm saying? And they want you to do what man, they gonna get up out of here. Man, I mean, come on. It's unrealistic. But you've learned. So that doughy-eyed person is gone. And it's okay. Say goodbye. Say bye-bye to her. It's okay. She can go kick rocks. That's who you were. That's who you are no longer. With pride, that's not who you are anymore. And confidently, that's not who I am anymore. You know what I mean? So when you teach your children, now you're creating a whole new timeline. We're on a new timeline, y'all. It's a paradigm shift right now. We got a new paradigm going on right here. You said my mom overanalyzed everything, so I just acknowledged that she, what she said. Yeah, but just do me. I hear you. Respect. I took my mom out to, yep. Half the time. She be right sometimes though, right? Yep. Sometimes they right too. I give it to them. You say, yeah, I'm good on that. I need balance. I hear you. I hear y'all. So again, that's the part of your struggle there, right? So now we have follow the golden rules. Treat others as you want to be treated. Now, what I gather from this is that balance factor again. So you're going to treat someone like you want to be treated, but if they're not treating you like you want to be treated, now what? Do you continue to just accept it? Like, we can have conversations all day long, but we only can have but so many conversations before actions speak louder than words. So follow the golden rule, treat others as you want to be treated. So if they're treating you with disrespect, this, that, and the other, how long will it be before it flips the script and you treating them with disrespect? I'm just saying. Treat others as you want to be treated is not a one-way street. Oh, well, I'm going to treat you right all the time, and I'm going to let you treat me like trash. Bull-ish. That's not what we're doing. No, man. That's not how it works. Follow the golden rules. Eventually, because you're the leader, right? Now, if we're following the dynamics, don't get me started. If we follow the dynamics of I'm supposed to submit to the leader of the house. You're leading this household and you're some shit. Now, when I become shit, you mad at me? I'm being you. You're guiding this family. What do you expect? More? You expect me to be the bigger person? No, you be the bigger person. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Let's just keep it real here. You know what I mean? I'm not going to be walked all over. But I think, again, it takes time for you to get to that point because you're taught you're just supposed to treat others like you want to be treated, and you're supposed to be meek and mild and bull-ish. Yep. Conversations, otherwise I can't go deep, right? Yeah. Sometimes you need that conversation. So absolutely. So follow the golden rule. Remember that this is a two-way street. Two-way street. Follow the golden rule. Treat others as you want to be treated. But I be gosh darn, if you're not being treated the way you treated someone else out of wanting to be treated that way, there's only but so many conversations we can have before actions, walking away, speaks louder than words. I can tell you all day, I'm going to leave you if you don't change. But trust me, actions speak louder than words. Feel joy in all that you do. When you're walking away, feel joy in all that you do. Let's get some clarity in this. Yes, I love it. Heed your messengers. Listen, feel joy in all you do. Heed your messengers. I love it. What message? Because what came out was heed your messengers. This is my emotional deck here. Time to ground. Challenge your perspective. Yeah, this is all about perspective, y'all, and seeing the truth ultimately. Again, you know, your experience takes you a lot further than what someone tells you, right? Takes you a lot further. And I don't know why they want me to tell you this. So my mother refused to get married. My mother refused. My mother's parents were married till death did them part. My grandfather had multiple children outside of the marriage. And my mother refused to go through that. So when I got married, she was like, you know, you ain't got to do that, right? She's like, you know, you don't have to do this. You don't, not for me. Like, you know, you good, right? You really ain't got to. You sure you want to do? I mean, you know how they'll talk about how guys will have like their boy, like, if you just want to jump out of this, whatever. My mother was that for me. She was like, you ain't got to go through this. She refused to get married. And I had a different perspective. I needed to see for myself. I wanted to see because I was like, you lived in a household. My mother was a single mother. So she refused to get married. And so I wanted to live my life a little differently. So it required experience. Experience is a good teacher. It takes someone like me to know. I'm just saying. Seeing the truth. Experience helps you see the truth, helps you change your perspective, makes you wonder why, makes you see why. Well, why didn't she? She probably had a good reason, right? But she refused. One of my aunts remained married for over 50 years in an abusive relationship. She didn't feel like she could do anything less. And she felt like she was doing it for her kids. And even when she was in abusive or dealing with abuse in her relationship, if my mother or her sister came to her to try to get her out of it or anything like that, she turned around on them. Oh, you trying to ruin my marriage. So again, everybody has different perspectives for different reasons, right? And then my other aunt, she got married and didn't tell nobody she ever got divorced. Because again, the perspective, it's real, y'all. You know, we're trying to live up to everybody else's expectation. And sometimes your experience gives you enough experience to give you enough confidence to finally say, fuck everybody in their perspective. I'm going to do what's best for me. And I think that's extremely important. So when you start to see the truth for yourself, you start to change your perspective on life. You're heeding the messengers. You're heeding the signs. You're seeing the signs. You're like, look, I'm not doing this anymore. I just heard soul growth. Wow, beautiful. Through that soul growth, you're doing something different. So feel joy in all that you do. Okay. The next message here is be of service. Now, who can you help through your experience? Now, I don't feel like we're all teachers. It's kind of like I truly believe like people can become a manager, but everybody is a management material. There are certain people that are just born leaders. They're just good at it. But that doesn't necessarily mean they'll become a manager, because a lot of people will probably be, somebody needs to hear this. A lot of people will probably feel a certain kind of way if you got in a position because they're not real leaders. So they don't want you to be a leader because it will make them look bad. Right? So all that to see, to be of service. What do you need to do to be of service? Let's clarify that. So what came out with be of service is letting go of the old. I want to get into that a little more and then showing that you care. Doesn't that sound contradictory a bit? Just a tad bit, not a lot, but a little bit. So let's just go into that a little bit, because your answers are within. I love that. Seek your answers from within. Be of service. Letting go of the old. Let's see what message they have for us here. Letting go of the old. What is it that you want us to know here about letting go of the old? I'm seeing releasing the restrictions, the stuck mentality. Wow. And then we have limbo. Wow. The drama. And then we have the Queen of Wands here. And then we also have 5 of Wands at the bottom of the deck, releasing the competition. So I feel like here, I really feel like your life, you don't have to be a teacher. The way you live your life is an awesome example. You know, it was a picture I got from Hawaii a long time ago. And it said, children will listen to what you have to say, but they will do what you do. It was something along those lines, basically saying that your actions speak louder than words. For children, you can tell them all day what to do, but they're going to watch what you do. Let that sink in. Children will watch what you do over what you tell them to do. Your actions speak louder than words for a child. So showing you care, I'm going to get into that in a minute. This is talking about the drama. This is right here, being of service. We're talking about through the drama, through growing, through the fire you now exhibit, through letting go of the old ways of doing things, through letting go of being in limbo and feeling stuck, feeling blinded and not knowing. In the midst of all that, letting it go, be of service by setting an example. You don't have to go talk to somebody and say, look, my life was this. Sometimes you may feel led. By all means, do what you do. I do it a lot. But you just living it is example enough for your children, people around you, your family. You may have a cousin that has their eye on you. You'll be surprised. You have nieces and nephews that are watching you. Whatever it is, they're looking at people's actions, not what they say. You know, I think that's why Instagram and social media and all that is so popular, because it looks more like action than, you see what I'm saying? It looks closer to action than just someone giving you words, right? So when you're showing this lifestyle in picture form on social media, it looks like your life is amazing. But everybody's faking a funk to some degree, right? Filtered funk. You know, I love my filters. Don't get it twisted. So we also have here, show that you care. Let's look into that a little bit. Because again, this is about be of service. Show that you care. Healing. Yep. Healing others. Wow. I'm also seeing a reunion here and options. I also see a King of Wands here. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, if I'm saying that right. We also have here reunion, and then we also have 2 of Pentacles here. This is having a choice here. What I'm feeling with this one here is you have an option to heal certain situations from your past. And that may require showing that you care towards someone who did you dirty. Being of service may be just having that last conversation, closure. It may be unblocking a person and allowing that one conversation. It may be different things, but right now we're having here being of service may look like showing that you care to someone who may need closure. It could be you, it could be them. Let me just get one more message here in regards to this show that you care. What is it? Ooh, sheesh. Yeah. By the way, I'm seeing abandonment in reverse. I'm seeing new love, and I'm seeing 8 of Wands. Communication coming in from someone who you or somebody else, you got abandoned or you abandoned someone. And we have Ace of Cups here. So 8 of Wands, this is travel, new communication. So this is showing you care, being of service. So there may be somebody coming towards you to show they care. So this may not just be you being of service. This may be somebody else coming in to show they care, to be of service to you, to bring you closure even. Oh, wow. And then at the bottom of the deck, heartache. So this has something to do with that. This may be you going to someone. I really feel like this is someone coming in towards you. So, because I see a masculine energy coming in with communication. I also saw the proposal a few times here, but I'm also seeing drama. So I would just say be aware. Don't get doty-eyed just yet. And I'm just saying, remember where you came from. Remember what you went through, you know. Because again, this is all about remembering, accepting struggles as lessons. I'm not holding a grudge, but I'm just saying. So let's go a little deeper. So now let's go into our advice here. Let's go into our advice. So we're doing good here. How are we on time? Oh, wow. I'm still going. So advice that came out was, again, this family. I want to look into this family because we have two family messages here. We have the star family here. We're talking about community, tribes, your culture, all of that. I think we've been talking about the culture the whole time, right? We've been talking about you belonging, living your life in a way to where you belong. So, which may not be necessarily what you wanted to do, but this has made you feel a part of, right? So let's go into that. Because we also have star family here too. So we have two. So I'm gonna pull on both of these. Let's see. He said there's definitely drama, Lord. Yeah, people are always watching, especially children's. Facts. Period. Okay, so let's look into family here. Let's see why this family keeps coming out. Let's look into this family. Why does family keep coming out, please? I just heard influence. Okay. That came hard, like on my heart. Like they was like, influence. That's why that's there. Tell them influence. Again, this journey, right? Again, decisions, journey, about your strength. Look at that. We talked about that, right? We have angel of strength here. That was in reverse. So this is you having to go on this journey in order to gain strength, I feel. But why is family here? Like, because I'm seeing packing your bags. Clarify this journey. Clarify this journey message, please. Why is this journey message here? Ooh, shit. Deception just came out. Sixth chakra came out in reverse. So this is someone not listening to their intuition, maybe not hearing properly. Then we have deception. Here we have deceit. We have angel of balance. We also have here, wow, happy family in reverse. Yo, contracts. So again, this to me speaks to a commitment. Okay, this family is coming out here. For some of you, there may be somebody packing their bags, gathering the strength. I feel like this person didn't have the strength, didn't follow their intuition, and they were deceptive. They may now be trying to balance things out with a fake family life. Because I feel like with the happy family in reverse, again, this is kind of bringing back to that social media life looking perfect lifestyle, which was not a happy family. And this contract, marriage. Let's just go there. Let me just pull out love because I feel like this is family love. Clarify this journey. What was this journey about? They just said somebody else needed to go on a journey. So you were going on a journey. They were going on a journey. Okay. And now they have a decision to make. Look at that. They have a decision to make. Clarify this journey. This flipped over. Soulmate. So there was somebody, again, who did not flirt. It really speaks to, and it's in reverse. So that's just letting me know that this flirt energy, this is someone who is in and out, quick, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, all of that. But this may be a soulmate as well. So this is looking at that journey energy here. Oh, this may have something to do with it. Okay, period. Okay, so basically it looks like somebody's leaving a relationship. I'm going to just put it that way, put it out there. Let me just give you the storyline that I see right here. As it pertains to this journey right here, someone's leaving a situation. They may have been in a soul contract with someone. They may have been married to someone, but that family was not happy. They have contracts. I think they're still dealing with this marriage contract here. Someone's still dealing with a marriage contract here. But they're showing us here that someone's not happy. Again, this person was very deceitful in how they went about it. And clarify this angel of balance. Why is this angel of balance here? Wow. Yep. They want a new beginning. They're ready to balance things out. They're ready to balance things out. Wow. And then we have Hierophant in reverse too. So again, this is somebody trying to come out of a relationship. Seven of Swords, trying to leave behind deceptive people, deception, all of that. So why is this soulmate coming up here? Clarify this soulmate. Yeah, it's over. We have the Tower. There's no trust in this relationship anymore. And I feel like, I just heard karma. I just heard karma, y'all. So somebody's getting karma. Their wedding is going down the tube. Their marriage is going down the tube because of deception. They're now wanting a new beginning to bring forth balance. Yeah. They're going through, so this could be one of your soulmates that you were dealing with, you know, somebody that, let me just ask the question, are you dealing with this person anymore? Are you still dealing with this person? I don't think you'll give this person another chance. If this is somebody who's trying to come back, yeah, somebody's trying to come back and communicate. And you may not be interested. What came out was, yeah, the moon is here, the star is here, the world is here, the sun is here. Wow, like this is crazy. A wish come true. Wow. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have the Chariot and we have Strength. So it may be somebody who didn't have the strength to, and someone who didn't have the strength to be real with you. Coming back around. Someone who may have had a very deceptive behavior, someone who was a liar, a cheater, but kept hope that they could make things right with you. And they're hoping that they can maybe come back around and really have the happy family with you. That's another scenario. But whoever this is coming in fast, y'all. And will be offering stability. Okay. Now, they also told me, even if this is not someone you've known before, this may be somebody you've known in a different lifetime. So if this is somebody you've known in a different lifetime, somebody may be coming back into your life. Somebody that's a familiar soul to you may be coming into your life. So which is why I also feel like the Star family is here too. So there we go. So let's go ahead and get more clarity about the Star family. You're part of a team of souls. Call in support. So if you're feeling like you need this support, definitely call them in, you know. Just say, I call in my Star family. What is it that you need your Star family for? So now we have here, you said past life soulmate energy. Yep. Hey, Ray. Hey, Live Love 1111. And then we also have blessings. So there's somebody from your Star family that's trying to come in and bring forth finances, money, stability, blessings. Okay. And it looks like it's a masculine energy. Let's just get a little more clarity on that. This is Star family. What do you want us to know about the Star family here? Yeah. And Spirit is saying, give this relationship a chance. Tomorrow's a full moon in Aquarius. Yeah, I figured a full moon was coming. You know, guys, I get energy at different parts. Like, I'll come like every Monday. Ooh, and it was worth the wait, y'all. Look at that. Beautiful. But my energy changes based on the moons. And you guys know I just came from vacay too, right? You said still feeling the 8-8 energy too. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so when I'm feeling pulled, I can't come. Like, I wanted to come on Monday, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to enjoy time with my family. And then I was like, okay, let me come Tuesday. And I was like, I'm not ready yet. Oh, my goodness. Whoo! Live love. Is that your second parent? Didn't you have two? So your father, now your mom? I'm so sorry to hear that. Wow. You must have really major changes coming. Yeah, it must be a lot of, but a lot of that really has a lot to do with changes too, in your atmosphere. It could be karmic changes, things that are necessary, and like your life really changes. One only, then a car accident. Lord, that's crazy. There's something happening. You might want to look, well, I'm sure you're doing readings on yourself too. Just look into the karma around you right now. Karma is not a negative thing, but just look into what's going on. Okay. Okay. Wow. That's crazy. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Live Love. You said did you get in a car accident? Because when stuff like that happens to me, I can tell you now, when that stuff like that happens to me, it's major, and there's major changes coming in my life. Major. So, yes. Okay. Wow. Woo! Lord. So sorry to hear that. Okay, you're not for everyone. That just came out. So, somebody needs to hear that. You're not here for everyone. Clarify. You're not for everyone. Who needs to hear that? Embrace your weirdness. Face your true north. You're not here for everyone. Wow. Wow. Shit. So what came out was hostilities, love, and love. Okay. So I just feel like certain people are going to be mad because you're not for them. If you want peace, I'm going to look into this Karen connection because this hostility, the pissed off energy, this pissed offness that I'm seeing here is more so because maybe you're not giving your love to something that has diminished in value, that's no longer valuable to you. Maybe perhaps somebody who was deceptive or what have you. But I just heard no love lost. Like to you, you're like, no love lost. I'm good, Yeah, this is definitely a partnership. A decision that was made. So somebody might be pissed off about a decision that was made about somebody leaving someone and they were hostile towards it, feeling hostile. And I feel like it's one of my priestesses here, live or coming later, but it's one of the priestesses. It's those who are in that high priestess energy. Okay, so someone mad. So this might have been someone who was mad and you just walking away calmly, or you walked away calmly and you realize you're not for everyone. Okay. Yeah. You no longer were held back by this person. Okay. You said they big mad. Yes, honey. Big mad. They really mad, huh? Yeah. So when you realize, again, going back to the message I had earlier, when you realize your value, people a lot of times get pissed when others realize their value. When you realize your value, it's like this whole other situation because they're like, oh, what happened? I thought I could continue to manipulate you. I thought I could continue to help you realize that you're worthless. I thought I could continue to speak negativity on your life and hold you back because you're going to be so much more powerful and knowledgeable than I am. I thought I could continue to hold you back because of your power. Now you won't let me? How dare you change up the rules on me? Girl. Man, really? You said you would never leave me. You said you would never leave me. You supposed to treat, you ain't Christian. You're evil. Now you all kinds of Everything but a child of God, right? Y'all, I'm telling you, people are funny. And then expect you to remain in that energy. That's the part though. Like, it's like they're shocked that you got a clue. And then they mad because you got a clue. And then they're gonna flip it back on you because you got a clue. I tell you, y'all, the illusions are real. The illusions are real. Does somebody have a new deck? Are we going to go live with a new deck today? Yes, Natural Beauty. I've had a dark spell cast. Lord. Crazy. Crazy. All right, y'all. So let's look at the next one. Surrender to, the Golden Child. That one came out next. And then what came out was Surrender to the Sweetness. So we have the Golden Child, the Golden Children. Okay. This speaks to the inner child, tenderness, innocence, being a rare gift. What came to me as soon as I saw this was people taking advantage of innocence. Let's just get a little deeper into that. Taking advantage of children, innocence. Rare, gifted people, individuals who crown chakra deep. Okay? People work hard to belittle your strength, right? Clarify this innocence. What do you want us to know about? Yeah. Then we have storm warning here in reverse. So yeah, this is people taking advantage of rare, gifted people. Innocent, tender people. Especially when it comes to relationships. And now, clarify the strategy. It's like they did it on purpose. I just keep hearing manipulation. But then God, right? Then you make your decision as to what you want. You learn your lessons. So, clarify the strategy. Look at ooh, Lord. Okay. Nurture all that you love. Yeah, know your fears. See, people will ponder. People will pounce on your fears. Know that. When you're fearful and you're a loving person, people will identify your fear and pounce. They will work hard to squash any innocence you have. I want to get the advice around this because I feel like we're not done with this. We're not done with this. What do you want us to know here? The golden children. Innocence. Rare gifts. Very imaginative children. And I also feel like this is coming up so you can be aware of how you treat your children as well. The children around you. Because a lot of times it's not the ones that are very, great in school with the best grades. They're more of the imaginative, creative children. Yeah, the children that believe in rainbows and elephants inside of bowls and candy, honey, and who can imagine all kinds of things, who just looks at things a little differently. Why is this round and round here? This is something coming back around. Oh, these children have been here before. These are very knowledgeable children who have been here before. Interesting. So again, I feel like, we have to take care, and especially if you're very gifted, a lot of the times you've been here before and someone squashed your dreams. Make sure that you are aware. And I feel like this is part of that be of service piece as well when it comes to the children around you, which I mentioned that earlier. Glowing up, I see somebody glowing up. I love it. If you guys want to pull cards in a few, we can pull cards in a few. Those of you who have cards and you want to pull a message for the collective, we can do that in a few if you want to get your cards ready, and I'll get ready for you in a minute. once this reading is over. A collective reading from the collective. Isn't that a beautiful thing? Okay, so the next message here is surrender to the sweetness in life. Okay. Surrender to the sweetness of life. Venus energy, pleasure, joy. This is make love to life. I love it, y'all. Let's see. Let's see. Surrender to the sweetness, y'all. Isn't this beautiful? Surrender to the sweetness. You are getting assistance here. Know that you're not alone. You're never alone. Surrender to the sweetness. What do you want us to know about surrendering to the sweetness? Oh, I love it. It's time for loyalty, y'all. So whatever you've gone through, you are moving towards this, which I love this because this whole message has been a trajectory towards where you're going, where you will see yourself very soon. You may not see this coming, but there was a lot of lessons that needed to be learned to get you to where you are. And I must say, I love it. I must say, I love it. You know, you've gone through the zodiac process. You know, you change things based on what you've gone through. And now you've gone through the healing, forgiveness phase, not quite sure the next steps. And then you come home to yourself. You identify who you really are and you become that. Right? I feel like many of you are moving towards loyalty, moving towards a more authentic life with family, friends that are on your wavelength. You have learned that all that glitters isn't gold, and doing what other people want you to do for your life that they did for their life and probably regret it and still got you doing it for your life. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't get me started. You realize you have to be authentic to yourself. You have to be yourself. The whole process was to get you to be who you are authentically. And then you really are being of service to the world by simply doing you, being authentic to you, being you, who you really are, not what someone told you to be, but who you really are. I love this. Remember that you're not for everyone. I do see a male figure trying to make a U-turn, and it's up to you if you want to try to heal that situation. But this is your advice right now. Follow the golden rules. Accept struggles as lessons. Feel joy in all that you do. All right, y'all. Let me get an affirmation, and then we can go into the readings. For those of you who don't want to continue on with the readings, please make sure you thumbs up and share this video. We really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. If you're looking for any products in regards to crystals, goddess living gift sets, initiation gift set, I do all kinds of gift sets, but they're all on the website. And if you can't find one, just get back to me and I can help you find it. If you're interested in a reading, my information is only on my website. So if somebody reaches out to you and says, I'm looking for you to give you a reading, that's not me. That's somebody else catfishing you. You only can book readings for me through my website. Okay. Let's get you guys some affirmations. You guys know, like, I mean, doing these cards a lot, I don't know. I feel like I'm getting old, y'all. My hand starts to hurt after a while. And I put, like, you know, some hemp body products on my joints to kind of assist me to keep doing it and to get through the night and stuff like that. And it kind of goes away, but I'm about to start a new regimen with some cayenne pepper, aloe vera, and some carrier oils, and I'll be back to y'all to let y'all know how that works. And I might create the salve for it, okay? Because y'all know that's what I do, right? The flow of partnerships. So the affirmation is, you can repeat after me, the ebb and flow of relationships takes me where I need to be next on my path. When I started this reading, I made it very clear to you. None of your experiences are not for naught. You needed to go through those experiences, strengthen you, what have you. These were experiences you needed to become more confident in who you are, so you don't just simply do what you're told, but rather wake up and accept your experiences as lessons and learn from them. Sometimes, and they keep telling me, some of y'all want to go back to learning some of those lessons. It's like you don't realize you've made it out of a lesson that was really hard, and one that was very arduous, and I don't know why they're saying compounded, like so much. And you may be looking for a way to go back into it. It's about learning to change your view perspective on life and moving in that direction. This is relearning what it is you want to do, what it is you want to be. But some of you may feel like, oh, okay, well, now I'm out of that. I should look for another to be what I wanted the first one to be. And that's not where they're guiding you towards. They want you to learn the lesson, gain the confidence to create your own rules. How many of you feel comfortable creating your own rules? I'm going to deal with that on another day. That was a message for our asses right there, wasn't it? How many of you are comfortable creating your own rules? What does that look like to you? What does relationships look like if you created your own rules? I would love to hear your comments below. Not in the chat here, but you can say it in the chat here. But I would really like to hear your comments below so I can look at that. I wonder, oh, this is a good question, y'all. If you can make relationships the way you want them, if you could do relationships the way you want, can you think outside of the box of relationships here today and say, okay, well, I think relationships should be like this, with that. We could live here. We can have two separate households on two plotted planes. We can come see each other when we feel like it. You know what I mean? Like, I can go vacay when I need to. The kids can come do this, that, and the other. We can get a nanny, a cook, whatever. So both houses stay clean, what have you, and we just enjoy it. I mean, whatever it is, like whatever your perspective of a relationship should look like today for you based on your experience. Like your experience may have told you, I don't want to cook and clean for no motherfucking body. You see what I'm saying? Your relationship, and for a male, it may be like, I don't want to provide for no motherfucking body. You know what I mean? You may have different perspectives on what life, coming outside of this box that was created, this social construct. After all your experiences in love and heartbreak and renewal and back and forth, and I love you today, I hate you tomorrow, and I'm stable today, I'm not stable tomorrow. Going through all of that, what would the relationship of your dreams look like? Because through your experience, it should have gotten you to a point where now you know what my household should look like. What do I want in my house? Who do I want to live with me? Who do I want? Like, I know I said one time, I remember my second husband, we ended up in two separate rooms. Like, okay, well, you can come over here for now, we'll watch a movie, but you need to go back in that room. I don't like the snoring. I've lived by myself long enough to realize that there's certain things I just don't get down with no more. And I don't want to hear nobody snore. I don't want you, I want my bed to be a certain way, meant for a queen. I don't want to, certain things I don't want to share. I mean, all of that to say, do you feel comfortable saying what it is that you truly want today? And not feeling like it's selfish. What does that look like for you? I feel comfortable setting boundaries and stating what I want versus what I don't want, what I'll tolerate and what I won't, and what my deal breakers are. I love that. Been through too much. Amen to that. Respect, trust, communication, romance, and laughter. Love that too. Communicating is a must. Loyalty is a must. No lies. I know that's right. How about somebody who, right, you can communicate with, who doesn't feel so intimidated by you that they can tell the truth? Whatever it is, love, respect, and just be spiritually free. I'm okay with that. I love that. You said, I don't do box rules. That controls. I know that's right. I feel you. Yeah. I feel y'all traveling, spiritual, connected. Yeah, spiritually connected. Communicating is a must. Loyalty. Yep. Yeah. So we also have here. So y'all ready? I'm ready. Y'all ready to dive into a group tarot reading? Everybody who's ready, go ahead and pull your cards out. Someone who can talk, not run from problems. Right? Preach. Y'all preaching to the choir here. Like someone who can talk and deal with stuff, not running. Because you realize there are a lot of cowards out there. And maybe some of us are cowards too. But you really realize all these people you're supposed to be counting on, that's supposed to be stable, are cowardly lions. I'm telling you. And you realize you're stronger than most of them. Seriously, truth be told. More stable, all that. So what does that look like for you? You know, I've heard men say, oh, well, I can hire somebody to cook and clean for me. I just don't want to be settled down with anybody. You're absolutely right. You should do that. Be authentically themselves in their shadow. Yeah. Come correct. Oh, and when it gets tough, knows how to stand by you like you did them and others, right? Again, that imbalance is real. I would love someone that I can just ebb and flow with without life constraints. Beautiful. I love that. That's beautiful. I love that. Yeah, guys. All right, let's pull out our cards. I'm going to pull out. We're going to do a group reading. For those of you who are interested, you can pull out your messages. We're going to pull our energy together and get your cards ready and let me just pull one message for the full moon that we have. Let's just go into that real quick. Pull in one quick message for the full moon. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Ooh, my. Okay, something trying to pop out here. Wow. You know, it's so interesting because some of these messages we've been receiving over the last week or so, over the last month, like I've just been seeing a trajectory here with, wow, y'all. Y'all remember before we said fiery climax. I want to say with the last full moon and with the new moon, we had the fiery climax. Luck is on your side. We're getting more of that again. What do you need to release? We received that again as well. And then what's new for this full moon, in addition to all of that, so again, it's a trajectory here, is a personal issue reaches resolution. Have faith in your dreams. I love this. I love this. So what you can expect for the full moon right now is solutions, resolutions. You can expect some surprises, working out some of your fears, especially when it comes to loved ones, and taking a new direction. It's time to take action, y'all, in a new direction. Okay, so that's the full moon reading. I kind of want to just get one more message regarding full moon in love. So let me just pull a full moon in love. What do you want us to know about this full moon in love? Letting go of control issues here. Anything else you want us to know about this full moon in love? Religious factors and a soulmate. Religious factors may be influencing your love life right now around the full moon. And then we also have, yes, this is a soulmate. So I'm going to also do one question for some of you who have a question. Hold a question in your mind. What is it that you want to know right now? I'm going to use the Angel Tarot or the Angel Oracle deck, and we're going to pull a message for that. So hold in your mind, what is it you want to know? And here's the answer for you. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Ooh, my. What came out was listen to your intuition. Perfect timing and abundance. At the bottom of the deck, let go. I love it. All right. Anything else we want to know in regards to this full moon? Anything else you want us to know? I'm going to pull an angel. Thank you. Advice. Thank you. So we have 8 of Raphael. There's something better waiting for you. Do what you know is right for you. a spiritual quest. We also have here the world, a very happy ending, coming full circle, spiritual growth and insight. And then we also have Knight of Gabrielle that came out. This is someone enthusiastic, courageous, charismatic that may be coming near you. Time to take action. Great passion for a cause, instinctively knowing what to do. Follow your instincts once again. Okay, so that's the full moon reading, guys. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with our collective tarot reading or reading. Pull out whatever oracle or tarot cards that you have and pull a message, and I'll read them in addition to the messages that I'm pulling. So let me see what message, they want me to take out. Let's see. All right, I'm gonna pull the Sacred Rebel deck, and then y'all ready? Let's do it. Thank you, Holy Spirit, ancestors, angels, God, collective message for everyone, divine masculines and feminines alike, everyone in their energies. What messages do you have for us that you want us to know about at this time? Okay, y'all getting inspiration from family members on the other side. This is knowing. Look at that. We have the owl, the crow, the peacock. If you notice here, this is knowing. This is truth. So this is you receiving truth. This is a lineage here. This is truth about your lineage. Okay. Visions beyond death. Okay. So this is receiving inspiration from the other side. Let me see what kind of inspiration are we receiving? Inspiration about what? Timing, regeneration, how to be fair. Okay. Bringing balance, renewing something, accepting that you don't know, and then having deep knowing. Ha! Accepting that you can't control everything, but knowing that something is going on. But this has a lot to do with timing and being fair and cleaning up something that needs to be fixed. So let's see here. Inspiration, clarify inspiration. What inspiration is a collective having? What is this inspiration? Yeah. A wonderful new idea. Don't allow bumps in the road to hinder your progress. Clear up communication problems with others. Inspiration to move past the situation that had you in bondage. You can now be free. Make a courageous choice to change your situation, not seeing things clearly. So if you haven't been seeing things clearly, you will be. And so you're actually getting inspiration to leave that behind. It's the light at the end of the tunnel. Breathe a sigh of relief. A new emotional situation is emerging as well. Beautiful. So that's all about inspiration. And anybody get a message? Did anybody pull a card? Let's go ahead into visions beyond death. Let's see what they're communicating to us. Okay. Wow, this is in regards to your burdens. Ask your angels for helpful people to lighten your load. Working too many hours, trying too hard to please others. So they see that on the other side. I also just heard we can help you. So you have ancestors on the other side that are willing to help you. So some of you, and oh wow, look at that. And willing to bring you your abundance quickly. So to me, it seems like, I feel like some of you feel like you're in this all by yourself. And Spirit is making it very clear that you can obtain assistance. They told me to pull out the abundance deck. Assistance from your ancestors as well. So acknowledge them. Acknowledge your ancestors are around you. So we have here a new beginning, end of delays, a change in a new direction that offers happiness. Have a mindset of abundance, determination and self-control, career advancement, all of that. Acknowledgement of success by others. The advice here is if you think your abundance is something that is happening in the future, then it will always be one day away from you. See, feel, and think and speak of your abundance as something that you already have in the present moment, and that is what you will experience. Yeah, mindset is really important here, and face your financial fears. Mindset is so important, guys. So you're getting guidance here. And I feel like some of you have a deep knowing that things are changing, but just know that you're not in control of this timetable. Okay? Okay? You said, I got power and wisdom. Marsha, is that the card that you got? My answers are included in my spiritual counselor. Amen. I love it. Been talking to the ancestors. Good. Oracle deck up and fired up. You ready? Okay. So, Marsha, what you got was power and wisdom. I love it. You said I was taking my spiritual bath. However, I'm being told to pull a card. A goddess card from my goddess deck. All right, Ray. Pull it then. I'm sorry to interrupt your goddess bath. You know, I was thinking about taking one a day too. I'll probably take one between today and tomorrow and do a salt bath. I hear you. Okay, well, I can't go until you pull your card. Fulfillment of wishes at the bottom of the deck. I love it. Let's go, collective. I know. We doing a darn thing. What I love here, though, is this clarity, right? Because, you know, I truly believe that we all have this instinct, this desire. We all are gifted. And all we have to do is listen. I really believe that we all have this capability. And so collectively, I love that this came out as the collective message that, you know, we all can listen to our guides, our ancestors, you know, we all can gather inspiration from different places and take the action we need to take, you know. You said, yes, ladies, get your pink Himalayan sea salt. Yep, I know that's right. That's what I normally do. Yeah, I do that with, I think the full moon, I do the Himalayan sea salt, or I do Epsom salt too. But I'll take my whole Himalayan sea salt and just put it in my bath, honey. And I'll add some crystals, all kinds of stuff. So all crystals are not good in your tub long term, but quite a few are. Like you can definitely do rose quartz. You can do protective stones like smoky quartz. You could do the white quartz. You could do carnelian. Citrine. Yeah. Those are some good ones that you could use in your bath for protection, for cleansing, all that. All right, I'm gonna pull. Oh, I love this. Perspective is real, y'all. Again, you know, seeing the truth. Perspective is real. The advice here is there's a better way. Pause for reflection and insight. Dare to be different. Ray, we waiting on you too, by the way. I'm not gonna leave here till you get it on out, honey. You said I have all that. I use a crystal wand. I love it. Yes. 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 Let me see what other advice wants to come out. Let me pull from my spiritual deck in regards to where some of you may be on your spiritual journey. Okay, you said you received Saint Bridget, Our Lady of Exalted Light. I give endlessly because the light is without end. My soul is all I need. Amen. Preach it, honey. From my divine feminine oracle deck. Do the darn thing right. Okay? Listen to that. I give endlessly because the light is without end. My soul is all I need. Beautiful. I love that. I love that. That's beautiful. Beautiful. And then we have here growing. So I think that's definitely, this speaks, I'm talking about your spiritual gifts. The advice here is that we're growing spiritually here. You have an inner calling. So continue to work with your inner knowing. I want to pull a love advice for you for right now. Let's pull a love advice for the collective, and then I'm going to pull an animal oracle. Love Whispers deck. Let's see. What's the advice from Love Whispers deck? Demonstrate love. Treasure the ones you love. Love who you are. Be in the present and dream of the future. So treasure your loved ones came out. It is important to love others deeply. You also receive love who you are. You are a divine and wonderful person deserving of all the wonderful things that life has to offer. We also have be in the present and dream of the future. When we dream, everything is possible. And then we also have here demonstrate love. Find out what is important to the people you love and act on it. I love it. You said, I'm struggling with inner knowing and I fear confusing it. Yeah, that is the biggest issue most people have. I must say, live, love, 11, 11. That is the biggest issue most people have when it comes to their spirituality and understanding and knowing what is spirit telling me versus what is it that I want per se. And so what I always say is when I started, oh, by the way, let me just give you additional. We also have a union of heart. There is a connection of love that defies explanation. Act as if your partner is already here. Whether you have someone in your life or not, act as if they are here so you will always consider them. Rest and relaxation is essential. We all have the fundamental need to take a break. And then we also have here, ask for help. What is it that you really need help with? Be willing to allow yourself the support you need. But to go back to what you said, live, love, 1111, usually the struggle is not understanding if the message came from spirit versus came from you, your mental. And I would like to say, I hear messages through my heart a lot of the times. I also will go in a direction, whether, I believe is correct or not. And then if I feel discomfort, so let's say, for instance, if you're asking a question of God, should I go to the mall today? And you start and you're like, I'm not quite sure. Is it yes or is it no? Go do whichever one you want to do. If you decide no and you start to feel anxiety, start to feel a sense of unrest, a lack of peace, then try yes and then see if that works. That's how I not started, but that was an exercise that I did for a good while. An exercise where you can really, because to me, I always felt like spirit guides, the angels around me, all were a sense of peace for me. So for me, it was, I go in a direction of peace. I know I've gotten my answers and I'm going and I'm following the guidance that was given to me. So you can listen, because you can listen, just, say in your head, my name is Live Love 1111. That's in your head. But then when you feel or hear with your heart, to me, it is a slight difference. It can still seem like it's here, but I feel it throughout my body. And so even now I'm doing they're doing research on psychics versus schizophrenia. I used to always say back in the day, and it's not versus, but it's really trying to help people with schizophrenia to better deal with voices in their heads and all of that. Because I used to say a long time ago, I always felt like, because like I told you, my mother worked with the homeless and worked with a lot of ills, worked with a lot of people who were not mentally up to par, and some had schizophrenia. And she would say, yeah, she's hearing all these things. And I was like, yeah, I just think you just need to teach her how to hone it. You just need to teach her how to listen, teach her how to not be overwhelmed by it. You see what I'm saying? So some people hear so easily, but they really don't know what they're hearing. Even sometimes, even today, I may question a message that came from me, and I may put the cards back and they'll pull the cards out again. I'm like, oh, okay. Because I might have said, oh, okay, maybe that came out by accident. No, there was no, my guides are very clear. I mean, my guides have always been clear, but I hear, I feel, I intuit, I know I'm more confident now than I was when I first began, right? So you are exercising this power in essence, just like with math. I remember I used to love in math. We used to do cards. We used to do flip cards, you know, back when we was like 8, I think when I was 8 or 9 years old. And so when people ask me questions about math, I can tell them off the top of my head, but they're not teaching kids that like that anymore nowadays. It's like, it's almost like you got to go to Kumon or go to some other, and I did it for my daughter. But the point that I'm making is, it's a muscle that has to be exercised. You have to continue to, right? Same thing with dreams, and you're trying to, you know, decode your dreams, or you may be decoding a vision that was given to you. Just writing it down and looking at it a little later will give you a different perspective. Looking at it a year from now versus when you wrote it, you have a different perspective on what it meant a year from now than maybe perhaps when you wrote it. Again, this is an exercise. It's a learning. It's a teaching. It's a process that you can continue to do. So I definitely feel as though all of you, this is just something easy you can do just to understand your guides, your God-given guides, the guides that you have, that you prepared yourself for before you were birthed here to listen to. It's just a practice. It's really more about practice. You said, I'm also taking a spiritual bath. I know that's right. Yeah, I do the salt for releasing too. Lead with your heart. Yep. Lead with love. Yep. Thank you. I love putting a little bit of essential oils. Oh yeah, I love to put essential oils in my bath. Rose and jasmine. Spirit tells me which oils to use. Yep, I'll listen. I mean, and that's what I'm talking about. Really, it's about listening to your guides all day, all the time, all day. Like, you can listen for everything that you do. What do you want to cook? What do you want to feel like eating? All these things. That's allowing your soul to really work through you in this life. A lot of times we become so, worldly, for lack of a better word, that we forget how spiritual we are and how we are embodied, how we're living through a spirit. A spirit is living through this body, right? And so I think sometimes we forget that we are a spirit having a spiritual life here through this corporeal body. I know I'm probably saying that kind of off, but whatever. I pour all that all over my body while I'm in meditation. Water has memory. Yes. You can speak to water and drink it too. You can speak, change the vibration of water with vibrations, with your voice, with song, with like your singing bowl. So what you manifest will come true. Absolutely. You can talk to water, vibrations. You can change the vibrations around you in so many different ways. There's just so many different things you can do, guys. So you don't have to be stuck to one thing. You can cleanse your area with more than just sage. You can cleanse your area. You can be a walking sage yourself. We're spiritual beings living a human experience. Absolutely. I have crystals in my water, then I drink. Yes. I used to do that a lot too, is what I meant to say. Yeah. All right, guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. It's been 2 hours. If anybody's watching this and they want to go ahead and put the times of when we did the full moon reading and when we did the collective reading, I'm going to see if I can go back and add that below in the comment section so people, as they move, not in the comments, well, maybe in the comment section, so people will see that below. That may help, But yeah, all these great ideas about spiritual baths is helpful too for people who are coming online later. Yes, water holds a vibration. I mean, water is emotions, and your dreams. And a lot of times when you're seeing water is about your emotion. You may see the water deep, you may see the water murky, you may see different things, and that can tell you kind of how you're feeling regarding your emotions. Of course, if you see clear water, like in a dream or something like that, clear water enjoying something, it's more truth, clarity, right? Versus it not being so clear and it being, you got questions, you're not sure, you're not quite clear on what you should do next, right? So water is so important. Our body is made up of majority water. I'm going to email you when this is over. Absolutely, you can email me. Okay, sounds good. Yeah. All right, guys. I think I'm gonna get on out of here. Everybody good? I love you guys. I hope you didn't miss me too much. You know, I was on vacay with my daughter. We went on a cruise, and so we really had a good time. So I'm glad I was able to come back and see you guys. Did you guys see my pictures from the cruise? Girl, I mean, y'all, I was in the sun. I was cooking, okay? I got blackened real good. I don't get tans, honey. I get blackened. Yes, my skin is starting to peel too. I'm over here trying to keep my moisturizer on and everything, but and I've been exfoliating my skin to kind of get off the dead skin. So yeah, I definitely have bikini marks all over, you know. Oh, I'm so glad you were able to make it, Live Love. I'm so sorry again for your loss. You said you need an invite the next time. It's not coming up. You talking about on YouTube? You're not receiving the messages when I come live? Oh, I see what you're saying. You said an 8 a.m. invite. Yeah, I don't come till I'm ready. So when I figured I was about to come live, because I would have put something out on Monday and y'all would not have saw me. Y'all would not have seen me at all. And so I put out the notification when I knew I was definitely going to go live. Oh, yeah, guys, we should do a spiritual cruise. Wouldn't that be amazing? Spiritual cruise is next, Monique. LOL. Hook that up, HP. I feel you. I would love that. That would be amazing. That would be amazing. Yeah, we got to talk. I was looking for because I was trying to think of where I wanted to cruise next. Not where, but on what cruise line, because I'm no longer doing Norwegian. Norwegian can kiss my behind. What they did, I got to tell y'all about that in another video. But what happened, they changed my itinerary drastically, and I'm still pissed. But, you know, I had to do what I had to do to have fun, because they was not, you know, they was going to get me. They was like, you know, it was crazy. So be careful where you put your money. And I would be careful with a cruise right now, because, well, Norwegian especially, they were changing. They were like taking off locations for no reason. No good reason. To me, I felt like, and I felt it as soon as they made the change, I felt like they took it off in order to save money. So they're trying to find ways to make money. It's not about your experience. It's all about them making as much money as possible. And so they took off 2 locations. We were supposed to go to Dominican Republic, and we were supposed to go to British Virgin Islands. They took those off. It was a 7-day cruise. They took those 2 off. They had us go to Great Stirrup Cay, which is their island. Okay. We went to San Juan. They substituted Dominican Republic, and they substituted British Virgin Island with San Juan, which I'd been there multiple times. So I would have never chosen a cruise with San Juan, because I've been there multiple times. So they substituted with San Juan, and didn't even bring us in till 4 o'clock at night, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and we left at 11 o'clock at night. You see what I'm saying? So the only place we really went that was on our original itinerary that I gave a fuck about was St. Thomas, and we spent the whole day there. So that's like a 7-day cruise to go one place that I really wanted to go. You feel me? Pissed. I just felt like they got me, you know, so I would never cruise with them ever again. But I enjoyed my cruise earlier in the year, and just things have changed. So I'm not into getting got, you know. So we're going to have to choose a new cruise line. So I wanted to try another one. I wanted to try Princess. I've been wanting to try Vikings cruise for a while too. But those were all like, I was just trying to step it up, like more luxury and all of that. Like Norwegian is more luxury than Carnival, you know. I never tried Royal Caribbean. Never was really interested, because too many kids and too much kids stuff. So I really want to go like maybe an adult only cruise, like maybe like I heard Virgin cruise line potentially. So I'm looking into it. But the next time I go, I'll see if we can get a trip and get some ladies there, and we can all do some healing. I would love that. Love and light to all y'all. Good night. All right, well, let's talk about that some more, y'all. I love y'all. I'll see y'all again. I know, adult only. That's what I'm talking about. Hello. kids grown, okay? And even when my kids were younger, I wasn't trying to go deal with other people's kids. Hello? Now I really don't want to deal with other people's kids, okay? Not if I don't have to. But I mean, it wasn't bad though. I mean, there were kids on the boat, but we also had a spa pass, so we would spend a lot of time in the spa. Most of the times there were no kids in there. I mean, there might have been younger people in there, but there were no kids, you know. Ooh, yeah. All right, love. I love y'all all. I'll talk to y'all soon. Enjoy the full moon. Enjoy. And I hope you guys are still feeling good after that 8-8 and that portal. And I'll be back next week. Love you guys. Bye-bye.